Hey everyone, my name is leilaniforgod and I'm back with another video. So one of my subscribers named Rashid asked me to look into a YouTuber named Yahi, Children of It's Real Out Here, and to let him know what I think. So basically, I will expose anyone who is targeting the 144,000 chosen elect of the 12 tribes of Israel, as mentioned in the book of Revelation. If there are any YouTubers who are targeting Israel, Israelites, the 144,000, I will expose you if you have a doctrine of devils. And that's what this guy Yahi is doing. He's teaching a whole bunch of demonology. He's mixed up a whole bunch of crap that's not biblical. He's targeting Israelites. He has 73,000 subscribers. This is the reason why only 8 people survived on Noah's Ark. This is the reason why only Lot and 2 of his daughters, that's only 3 people, survived Sodom and Gomorrah. Because most people, I don't want to be rude and disrespectful, but you got to understand, there's a reason why only 8 people survived the Great Flood and only 3 people survived Sodom and Gomorrah. Because they would rather sit there and listen to this trash and this nonsense and this straight up demonology. I don't understand why people can't figure this stuff out. It's so obvious that there's so much wrong. I watched the man's video that was only 18 minutes long. Every single thing that he said was not scriptural. It was straight up devilish, demonic trash. So I took some notes because I'm not a follower or subscriber of his. So I'm not going to commit his craziness to memory. I wrote some things down so I could get this out quickly, but I just want to be clear. No one should be listening to anything that this man has to say. He is a bootleg Freemason. He's not smart enough to be a real Freemason. They have higher standards than what he's putting out. So let's get into this trash. First of all, I want to say that I already exposed the practices that Yahi, Children of It's Real Out Here, I already exposed that his practices are demonic in my other videos that I did on Paul Davis, on Gematria, and the videos that I did on Sword of Dawood, who believes in the theories of Zecharia Sitchin. So this guy Yahi, Children of It's Real Out Here, his whole entire video for the whole 18 minutes was all Gematria, and he threw in a whole bunch of random words that come from Zecharia Sitchin's theory on the Anunnaki. So this guy is like really mixed up. But this is what happens when you don't have a relationship with God. God places people under a great delusion. This man is under a great delusion. And he done took 73,000 people with him. And they're not going to make it into the new earth. They're not going to make it into the kingdom of heaven. Absolutely not. Oh, child. Unbelievable. First of all, numerology and gematria comes from the Kabbalah. The Kabbalah was created by the JEWs. It's called Jewish mysticism, the Kabbalah. They created it around the 12th century, and they basically ascribe numbers to letters. And fast forward to now, Freemasons use gematria to communicate with each other through letters and numbers. Okay? So this guy has made, I only watched one video. Like I said, it was only 18 minutes, the one that I watched. His videos are super long. I don't know how people could sit there and listen to all this nonsense and not figure out that it's a bunch of bullcrap, but let me just stick to the facts. Basically, he uses, here's the thing. I counted how many different gematria systems that he's applying to his theory in 18 minutes. In 18 minutes, he uses 14 different gematria calculators, calculation systems. English ordinal, Jewish, satanic. Why is he using satanic gematria to come to conclusions and share them with the Israelites? And why are people watching that? And it clearly says satanic on the screen. Why? I mean, English ordinal, Jewish, satanic, reverse, Frank, Bankinus, Frank, Bacchus, keypad, English extended, KFW Kabbalah, ALW Kabbalah, full reduction, reverse, single reduction, English Sumerian, and primes. So he done used 14 different gematria calculators to come to his conclusions, which means that he had to run his numbers through all of these 14 different calculators in order to get the information that he wanted to get to put together to tell people that this is his conclusion. Does that make any sense to you? If you use 14 different calculators, different gematria systems, and you're telling me that your conclusion is logical after that, you had to go through all of that in order to make the information fit your narrative, and people can't pick that up? He's teaching, he says, I showed too much consistency. That's the opposite of consistency. If you need 14 different calculators to come to one conclusion, you're forcing, you're reaching. His information is not consistent. It's a bag of mixed, pure nonsense. He randomly mentions King David, various colors, the Phoenix, the 144, Melchizedek. He throws all of this stuff out there in this one 18-minute video. After he did his 14 different calculators, he threw all of these words out there. These things are not related. So he's just leaning on his own understanding. Then he goes on to say, Orion's belt is where the ancient Israelites got their belts from. How does he know where the ancient Israelites got their belts from? Orion's belt is a constellation in outer space. You know, the scripture says that when people are idol worshipers, that God will turn them over to the worship of the sun, moon, and stars. So for him to now throw in Orion's belt and try to tie that into the ancient Israelites, which is pure nonsense, it just goes to show that God has certainly placed him under a great delusion. Then he starts talking about radiation absorption. This is something that he teaches. He says, absorb that gamma and become sons and daughters of the king. Who is his king? He doesn't say the Most High. He doesn't say God. He doesn't say the Creator. His king is the devil. Then he talks about the ancient Anunnaki and space kingdoms. This is fallen angels. The Anunnaki is a theory that was made by one white man named Zecharia Sitchin. This man, off the top of his head, claimed that he was able to interpret the Sumerian tablets, which look more complicated than the Egyptian hieroglyphics. Nobody has decoded the hieroglyphics or the Sumerian tablets. But about 50 years ago, Zecharia Sitchin claimed that he decoded the Sumerian tablets and that the Anunnaki came from outer space and created the human race and all of that. Okay? So this one white man named Zecharia Sitchin is who Yahi of Children is Real out here. That's his God. That's what he believes in. He doesn't believe in the God of the Bible. He doesn't believe in the law, statutes, and commandments of the Bible. He believes in Zecharia Sitchin, a man who just died 20, 30 years ago, who made up this Anunnaki crap off the top of his head. Okay? Then after he talks about Zecharia Sitchin, or rather the ancient Anunnaki and space kingdoms, he then goes on to talk about extraterrestrials, twin flames, and reincarnation. This is all New Age religion that was recently created by the devil. Okay? So this man is out here deceiving people. He's targeting Israelites. He does not worship God. He has no relationship with God. God has turned him over to a great delusion. The problem is he's spreading this crap out to people who have no discernment, no ability to figure out that all of this stuff is random. In 18 minutes, he said all of this stuff. In 18 minutes, this man is mentally ill. And the people who sit there and listen to this stuff, you're going to go where he's going to go. None of this stuff is in alignment with the book of Revelation, the days and times that we're living in. So I feel sorry for people who can't discern, because it's going to be a consequence, okay? And like I said in the beginning of this video, this is the reason why only 8 people survived on Noah's Ark and only 3 people made it out of Sodom and Gomorrah. This is the reason why most people are just not going to make it, okay? You have to use a little bit of thought, a little bit of common sense, and a whole lot of scripture in order to figure out what's true from what's false. And this was too easy. In 18 minutes, a whole bunch of nonsense, alphabet soup. This man is crazy. Okay? So I'm going to need him to stop targeting Israel. That's my only request. Do your craziness with whoever wants to hear it. Please stop targeting Israel. That's my only request. Thank you.